I have become a little bit of a coffee addict over the past year. I never used to like coffee, and then lockdowns hit and I just figured out a way to make coffee that I really, really like. And it's kind of become like a bit of a problem. Like I have to have one every morning, and I don't want to be like that. So this week I decided to cut out my coffee and replace it with matcha lattes in particular, and this is how it went. Good morning, guys. It is about 11:30 in the morning. It's a Tuesday morning and it's my first day of trying to swap coffee for matcha lattes for a week now. A little bit of background. I never used to be a coffee drinker, but over the past year and a half, 2 years, I figured out a way to make coffee that I really like, and I've started having it pretty much every morning, especially since living in this particular flat. For those of you who don't know, I live in a flat with my boyfriend in London, and it's a very noisy flat. We're wanting to move. We're looking for a new place right now, actually, to move to. But it's very noisy in the morning at 7, and then sometimes it's very noisy late at night from upstairs, and so we just end up getting such a bad quality of sleep that I find that I literally can't continue on with the day or the morning without having a cup of coffee, which is not what I ever wanted to be like. I'm blaming it on the lack of sleep, but also I do think I need to go a solid week without coffee just to see how it feels. And also, I've never tried to make matcha lattes before, so it's my first attempt ever today. I'm going to give it a go, and I'll let you know if I feel any sort of energy boost or any sort of coffee-like feelings from it. I'm hoping it can just replace it, but I don't think it's going to be quite that simple. Okay, so I purchased this matcha tea set from Amazon. It come all in one. There is the ceremonial grade matcha. This one had really good reviews, so I thought I'd give it a go. Lots of them have very mixed reviews, but apparently this one's good. Then you've also got this bamboo whisk, which you put the matcha into the bowl with a little bit of hot water that hasn't boiled yet. I'm guessing you use, I don't really know what this is for, if I'm honest. It looks like a hockey stick. But I guess maybe to scoop, and then maybe to stir, and to whisk it all together, and then froth some milk in my milk frother, and then I will combine. I'm going to try doing it exactly how I do my coffee, so that would be with a bit of condensed coconut milk that I make. I'm going to try that because I feel like I'm not going to just like it just without any sort of sugar. So let me try that, and I'll feedback to you how it tastes. Okay, so ooh, I don't know if you can see that green powder coming out of here. Oh shit, it's just gone everywhere. Good start, Ella, good start. I have no idea how much to put. I'm going to make 2 because I'm going to make one for my boyfriend as well, so maybe that much? Bit more? I have no idea. The combination of the minor figures, oat milk, and some Oatly whole milk, because this one froths more, but this one is more creamy. And then I've part-boiled a kettle, so it's not completely boiling yet. Guess I'm gonna put that much water in it. I don't really know. I really don't know. This is the first time. And then kind of just froth it up, I guess. Might put a bit more water in there. Now I have tried matcha before. Hello Marley. But I've never made one. And it can taste very grassy, so I don't think it's going to be quite the same as a nice coffee, but we will see. Some of my homemade condensed coconut milk. Put some of that in there. I'm going to start off with it quite sweet, just because I want to like it. So here we have the first attempt at making matcha lattes. I think they look pretty good. I'm gonna give it a little taste test. Let's try this. What do you think, Miles? That is pretty good, actually. It has that like grassy, somewhat earthy sort of flavouring, but I really like having it with the milk and the condensed coconut milk because it makes it taste quite similar in some ways to coffee. That's something that I'll happily drink. That's really exciting. I like that. Another day, another matcha. Cheers. I'm well aware that I look like I've just woke up. But it's because I have just woke up. Yesterday, I really enjoyed my matcha. I didn't feel any need for a coffee whatsoever. I did feel like a slight energy boost, actually. Not crazily, just a very slight, like in the background sort of energy boost. So I do think this did something. Today I'm feeling super rough because I've had yet again just a crap night's sleep. Just loud sounds all morning from like 7. So this is very much needed. Let's give it a taste. I made it the exact same way that I did yesterday with a bit of condensed coconut milk and some oat milk. Yum. Very nice. I love it. I did find that yesterday when it got to the bottom there were bits of like matcha bits left. So I tried to whisk it a bit more today because just the matcha by itself is quite strong. But I really love that drink. I mean, having it like that with frothy oat milk and condensed coconut milk, just a little bit, just to sweeten it up a little bit, is really, really nice. I think tomorrow I might try an iced latte, although the weather's boiling today and it won't be tomorrow, so we'll see how I feel. But matcha day 2, I'm feeling good about the swap, and I definitely didn't have a coffee crash yesterday, which is very much appreciated. Another morning, another matcha. Cheers. Yum. I'm really enjoying now just the process, much like I do with coffee, to be honest. The process of making matcha. I'm just enjoying getting up and doing that every morning. It feels really like a ritual in a way, and it's quite a nice way to start the day, just being quite mindful, whisking up your matcha, and it takes a bit of care. And I think yesterday I made the mistake of not having the water hot enough while I whisked the matcha powder, so it didn't get frothy in any way, whereas today was much better. I just had the water a little bit hotter. I was going to have a latte, but the weather says no. It definitely gives me an energy boost during the day. I wouldn't say quite to the extent of coffee, but in a nicer way, in a more smooth way, rather than like a peak of energy and then come crashing down after. It feels a lot more gentle. I've got a big matcha today, this morning. It's barely even the morning anymore. I decided to go for a big one today because I was up from like 6:30. No, well, I got up at like 6 with my cat. Just decided to go on a mad hour at 6:30, being really naughty. He can be very naughty. Wait, stop chewing that. And he was just meowing and pouncing at our feet in the bed and just being a little bit of a shit. And then he went for a shit. The little bit of a shit went for a shit. And he's so bad at not treading in it. And so then we had to get up and wash his paws. By this time it was like 7. And then at that time the downstairs shop starts talking really loudly. And so then I didn't get back to sleep until like 8:30. And I went back to sleep and then I was just like completely passed out until like 10:30. And then I snoozed until 11. So I need a little bit of a helping hand this morning. I've got to say, I'm really loving the taste of this now. It didn't take me that long to get used to it, to be honest. I kind of liked it straight away. I think it helps having the little bit of condensed coconut milk in there. But I should probably try it without the added sweetness as well, just so that I get a feel of it. I honestly think this is something that's going to replace my coffees. Not all the time. I don't know. I'll let you know how I feel by the time the weekend goes by, because usually the weekend is when I really go all out on coffees and have like 2 a day. And it's kind of like a thing. In the morning, we get up and make a coffee, and I feel like I'd probably miss it then. But this is such a good alternative. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything at all. It gives me a really smooth energy boost, which I need today because I've got an audition a bit later, and the weather, combination of like the weather just turning to absolute crap and the lack of sleep has meant that I'm very tired. So hopefully this gives me an energy boost up until the point where I need to go for a meeting. And then it's Friday, so we're going to go out for a meal later as well. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, other than that, I'm really enjoying this challenge. It doesn't feel like a challenge at all. It's actually very enjoyable. And I will catch you up probably in a couple of days once the weekend's gone by. Because you've seen me drink enough matcha. You know what it looks like. You know the deal here. Hello, it's Monday morning. I've gone for a big cup of matcha today. The weather's been just crap the whole time I've been doing this, so I haven't felt the need to have a latte. My cat is going crazy in the background, so if you can hear anything. Over the weekend, I only had matcha. I was so tempted by a coffee, but I thought, you know what, I'll just do 1 week fully matcha, and then when Tuesday comes tomorrow, I can have a coffee again. The only thing I'm missing is just the taste, really, of the coffee. But in terms of a hot drink to give you a bit of energy, this is working really well for me. So I'm going to sip on my matcha and play some games this Monday morning. And today was my final day of my challenge, replacing my coffee with matcha for 7 days. Before I discuss how it made me feel, I've got my laptop at the ready, and I'm just going to read you a little bit more about matcha. My memory is terrible, so I'm not going to try and remember this stuff off by heart, but a little bit more about matcha. Matcha tea comes from the same plant as all other tea. It means powdered tea, matcha tea, that's the literal meaning. Unlike regular green tea, matcha is shade grown 20 to 30 days before it's harvested. This process not only increases the amino acid content of the tea, but also the chlorophyll content, which gives the matcha the bright green colour. All of this stuff is really quite interesting. Matcha tea has 3 times the amount of caffeine in it than regular green tea. This is because the whole leaf, the entire tea leaf is used. Still less caffeine than coffee, but Still, 3 times green tea is pretty good. And I'm just going to read out some of the benefits. I'll also link this site down below. Some of the benefits that they claim that matcha can help with. It can improve your focus and concentration, good for your heart, can help you lose weight, can help you improve your physical performance. And it's also got lots of studies relating it to different forms of cancer that it could potentially help. So all in all, it's kind of like a superfood. Coffee, however, although I enjoy the taste of it so much, and I don't think it's necessarily bad in any way, otherwise I wouldn't have it, I do not want to be relying on it for my energy, mostly because it really makes my anxiety so much worse, especially if I have too much coffee. My God, I will know it, because my heart will be beating out of my chest and I will be very, very anxious. And it also has that really sharp spike in caffeine levels. Energy levels go racing up and then they come crashing back down, and that crash often leads to me having another coffee, which is just not a good circle to be going round in. I want to get out of that. So how did I find replacing coffee with matcha? As somebody who loves coffee, I decided to do this mostly because of the reasons that I said before. I just don't want to be relying on coffee for my energy. I want to be relying mostly on food for my energy. I don't want to only be getting out of bed for my morning cup of coffee. I also found that it was making my teeth so much yellower drinking coffee every single day. My teeth have got so much more yellow over the past year. It's crazy. And generally, I just wanted to give it a little break. I just wanted to go on a little break from coffee. Like, I've had it for like a year straight. Let's see if I'm actually kind of addicted to it or not. And I'm not. I didn't miss coffee at all. Matcha was a great replacement. I never used to drink coffee in the first place. I really enjoyed drinking the matcha every morning. I think, as I mentioned, it felt quite ritualistic, whisking up the matcha, and it felt like a very nice way to start the day. So does making coffee, but it's got that same, similar sort of feeling to it. I don't know if any of you feel how I feel about like making coffee, but I just really enjoy the process, The energy levels really did feel like they went up in a lot smoother way and came back down in a smoother way. Felt like it lasted a lot longer, whereas with coffee, my energy would be peaking for like 2 hours after having it, and then I'm like feeling like shit actually, which is not good. Like, that's not what I want. Didn't get that with matcha at all. I honestly think I will be replacing a lot of my coffees with matcha from now on. Matcha is more expensive, and I did try and get a really good quality one, which I will leave a link down below. I got it from Amazon. It was mid-range price. I didn't want to get a cheaper matcha because I've just heard that that's just not the sort of matcha that you want to be getting. I got a ceremonial grade, and it was really, I really liked it. I don't have much to compare it to, but it worked really well for me. Obviously, you get a very small pot and it costs a lot more, but you use a lot less. So it's probably all in all a little bit more expensive than coffee, but not drastically, I don't think. And all in all, I had a really good experience. I feel like a new woman after not having coffee for a whole week. Do you know, just sometimes challenging yourself when you feel like you're relying on something, if you feel like you're craving something all the time, challenging yourself to stop having that for even just a week can be really good for the soul, I think, for like making yourself feel like, yeah, I've achieved something this week. I didn't have a single coffee. To me, that feels quite good. My anxiety, I think, honestly, has been better this week. Who knows? Could be a complete coincidence, but I thought I'd mention it. It's definitely been better. I haven't been getting heart palpitations like I do with coffee. Like, I just feel like if I'm getting physical symptoms like that, I should probably just chill out for a little bit on it, Don't be getting like heart palpitations over, it's not good, over having coffee. No, let's just chill out. I'm going to be replacing at least half of my coffee with matcha from now on. I
think I'll try and save the coffee for weekends and have like matcha throughout the week. Honestly, I would 100% give it a go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Very random little challenge that I thought I would take you along with me on. Let me know if you prefer matcha or coffee. Have you tried both? What one's your favourite? Let me know any other matcha recipes that you have as well, because I'd be interested to look to incorporate it in other forms of drinks, desserts I've heard you can make with matcha as well. So let me know if you've got any ideas. When the sun comes out, I will have that iced latte, that iced matcha latte, but I'm not having it in this weather. I just want a hot drink, so that didn't happen this video. But I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.